Roll the bloody tape. When last we left our heroine, her courageous cleaning congregation had commenced.
After the previous bathroom vacuum mishap with the fact that they didn't clean it for years and years, obviously, I remembered there's another vacuum in the basement. So let's see if this one works. And then maybe we can get this place cleaned. Luckily, the guys didn't throw it away, so we can actually see if it works. It needs empty. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I'm going to go ahead and step customarily out of character for just a moment to remind you guys to please be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video at all, and hit the little bell icon if you want to see more of it more often. I don't know why you'd want to see more of this, but also please enjoy my wife's impression of an elephant. That's my gal. If you're new to the channel, welcome and apologies for just throwing you into the chaos with no warning like that. Actually, I'm not sorry and I don't apologize, because this and more is what we do here. Dumb jokes and funny bits aside, here on the channel, we are all about encouraging the spread and practice of random acts of kindness. And when I do it, we call these rap jobs. It's just my way of doing that, is helping people in their homes for free, usually through the tune of remodeling or handyman services. But occasionally we'll do like these cleanouts here for someone in need, or for the odd collaboration with our friends at Midwest Magic Cleaning. And speaking of, Mac is insanely close to hitting his 1 million subscriber milestone the last time I looked, so if you haven't followed his channel yet, you psychopath, be sure you go do just that. Now, we are nowhere near 1 million subscribers, but we are steadily approaching 13,000, and I think that's pretty cool. And I just got the notification a little while ago that we have surpassed 275,000 views. I know those are relatively small numbers, but for a channel barely 8 months in, I think we're doing pretty good. And none of that would even be possible without great friends like Mac and our buddy Justin at Jaeger Land Service, and our buddy Justin at Jaeger Land Service, and awesome people like all of you out there in the Jerk Squad. So on behalf of AJ, the girls, and myself, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you guys all so much. You've really been helping us get through so much lately. We're very grateful. Our dream is to get big enough to be able to help people full-time at no cost to them, and maybe, God willing, take this show on the road and help even more people. The time you guys give up to watch, comment, and share these videos gets us that much closer every day, and we are forever grateful for that. And we are forever grateful for that. Of course, to even think about getting there, we've got to get through this summer and our surgeries. For those of you that have donated or taken time to share the GoFundMe to get us through the recovery period, you are nothing short of saints. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've got severe nerve damage in my arms and back, and after a recent injury, we'll talk more about that later, my mobility and work performance have been reduced to a bothersome like 50% what they were. I'm set to have repair surgery done in a few weeks on my arms, but that's going to mean I'll be mostly unable to work for a few months. For 3 years now, I've been putting the operations off because we haven't been able to afford the downtime that would follow. But now it's gotten bad enough that I can't push it off much longer, hence the GoFundMe. I've already had to reschedule this round once, and I think I might be pushing it back just one more time. Not because of hesitation or anything like that. It's just that my wife AJ has hers in the following weeks, and I want to be able to help her get around if necessary and do things. That'll be a lot easier with 2 working arms, and once she's healed, I think I'm going to go ahead with mine. Then I should also find out later this month what the plan is regarding my back when I finally get to meet my new back doctor. Yay! Anywho, just back to the video.
It's gonna have to wait. He's gonna have to wait until I have a better vacuum. Blah. This is what's frustrating with all of this. I could have this done in no time. But now I can't. What? Okay, you guys need to get inside. Crossing fingers.
Aha, no doubt you heard the sudden audacity of the audio serenading us with sudden sibilance and statically charged distortion. 'Tis the curse working its dark magic, it would seem, and we've elected to spare your ears each of these instances, though some do remain in the footage for effect. At any rate, onward AJ endeavored to devour all the dust and get rid of all the grime. An immaculate force to be reckoned with, I can assure you. And the people did rejoice.
Yay!
Yay, suitcases! Are we even bringing these books?
Haha, books. Difficult to dismiss the observation that these obstinate urchins would benefit greatly from the paragraphs upon those porous pages. But alas, today was not the day to try Mother Dearest. She had reached her fill of the filth, and certainly tired of the trio's entanglements. Though they bickered her patience to a mere thread, she persevered. Oi, you'd be fed up too cleaning a whole house whilst 3 rug brats squabbled and pulled at your leg, mate. Quite right! And all the more reason to shower with praise and regale the good wife for diving into her duties with diligence and unparalleled professionalism.
This was a cool little find we found, so I'm gonna put it in the closet. It's a hand-drawn etch of this housing property. Goodbye. Go, please. I'm almost done vacuuming. Go get your pants on. It's a hand-drawn sketch of this property. It's pretty cool. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Quite the illustrious illustration indeed, and a truly touching moment between Lady AJ and Sir Letty as they shared a brief but warm embrace. Inventory all filed away in the vessel outside, Lady AJ continued her charge of de-dirtifying the carpeted corridors and quarters of the castle formerly known as Cluttered. But more so than even these trials and tribulations, a greater threat loomed over the landscape. Tornadic activity, some called it. But our heroes witnessed no less than 3 skyward cyclones that day, as the sirens sang a song of warning for all to heed.
We had a bit of tornadic activity, so I don't know what recorded. I did not hit stop. Sorry. This vacuum's going to be the death of me. But my husband, without confirming, told the property owner that we're going to be done with this today before confirming with us. So I've got to make it work. Off to the next room.
Ha ha! Fine folly by the funny female indeed, thought her husband. For while she is guardedly correct that he did tell the fair Princess Misty this castle would indeed be cleared this day, those are not the full details. For surely, if the good Lady AJ did search deep within her own memory palace, she would recall that but mere hours before her statement of blame, she did send word to her husband herself that the castle would be concluded before nightfall. And only then did he endeavor to get word to the princess. So if the good Lady AJ was looking for one upon whom to blame for her hurried pace, perhaps whilst her long finger did point towards her husband, she should carefully observe the 3 pointing back at her own person. Or as the children of her time say, I am elastic fruits crafted from the sap of the rubber tree, and thou art a most powerful adhesive. Thusly, all insults hurled at my person shall rebound to their points of origin and there find purchase quite tenaciously to thee, my good wife.
Ha 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 ha.
If you're wondering, yes, she was sitting right beside me the whole time I was yelling all that garbage, just waiting for her to notice. She's a good sport, though.
Bathroom done.
Bathroom done indeed, and shining brilliantly enough to blind a bastard butcher's boy should he go peeping where butcher's boy's eyes shouldn't pry. Sorry, a bit of leftover trauma from my own youth, it would seem. Nonetheless, onward our heroine harangued into the final scuffle of scullery. Not to be easily defeated, the curse took its final swipes at Lady AJ and Sir Lerald. It brought about a most vile mood and unpleasant temperament in the small knight, who began making incessant demands and forgetting her manners before turning his attention once more to the camera. Look on in horror if you dare!
Hello, my lady.
What?
Is that my lady?
Hello, my lady.
Here you go.
Can you go get me a water bottle? Can you go get me a water bottle?
Blah, blah, blah. There no paper. Honey, there no
Water bottle?
there no water.
It's in this shed.
I don't know. Care.
Then I guess your sippy's not getting filled up.
What the heck?
It broke.
Yep. Broke. Take my shoes off.
Put your shoes on.
No.
Ow. Yeah, I'm not fixing that. I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm super sorry.
Fine.
As the tiny knight retreated to lick her wounds and ponder how this vile curse had sunken its talons into her at the 11th hour, her mother marched onward, leaving no speck or spoil behind. And as she completed her most heroic charge, her mind wandered towards compensation and the lingering question of whether it carried the weight of the effort she put forth. We may never know what her heart concluded on the issue itself that day, but your most humble storyteller does like to think that, well, that she found it satisfying and fulfilling.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Though the halls were hollowed and the hoard was hauled away, the curse of the Cluttered Castle was not content. It feasted on footage, devoured data. It muddled microphones and massacred memory cards. Files faltered, recordings rotted. Entire days disappeared into digital darkness. And heroes stood victorious, yet wounded. Though video vanished, faint and flickering fragments remained, proof the castle had been conquered. The footage flawed, the framing was fickle, and angles occasionally atrocious. But the evidence endured. Room by room, heap by heap, the castle fell. And where the party cleared the clutter, the Queen of Clean brought brilliance. AJ waged war upon the grime, and the castle stood shining. And though the curse claimed chaos, it could not claim the castle, for the quest was completed, and no victims claimed. Or so the thwarters thought. While the party persevered against the pernicious plague of the castle's curse, their fearless foreman ventured forth to confront the sewer chimera of Cherry Court. Ah, down in the damp and dreadful depths, where sludge slithered and steel snarled, the rogue jerk wrestled and writhing worm from the underworld. He battled bravely. He strained stubbornly. He fought without falter, no, without fear. And though the foul foe was finally felled, the victory was vicious. For the curse was never confined to castle walls. It clung to its keepers, While the rogue jerk vanquished the vile beast, the burden broke the body, and the curse claimed its final victory. The curious case of this castle had come to its conclusion, so it seemed. And yet, among the rubble, one final rescue awaited.
Yes! The curious case of the Cluttered Castle has concluded.
So it would seem. Help!
Help! I'm Mother Rick. I'm Mother Rick. Thanks for saving me, boss. I'm Other Rick. Not boss? Okay. I'm Other Rick. So who's the boss? I am Other Rick. Oh, so he's the boss. But if you go where he goes and you do what he does, well then he is the boss. Gee, thanks for saving me, boss. Where's the next job?
What on this discreditable experiment you call a planet is that radiant anomaly? Perhaps there is more than one reason to remain on this grotesquerie of a rock after all. You there, hooped one! What may we call such a radiant anomaly as yourself?
Old boss used to call me piece of junk.
You look like some kind of fan blade cleaner.
We should call it Fanny.
Imbecile!
Though the curse claimed chaos, it could not claim companionship. From clutter came courage. From wreckage rose reunion. The castle was cleared, the party prevailed, and the tale turns to its next chapter.
Right then, that's enough fluff and foolishness for this one. What? You thought this was all part of the curse? Nah, mate. I just talks like this when I get excited. And after a story like that, I'm always excited. Boy, but ain't we all going through something? Some more than others. And you're still standing. I can respect that. So if no other toss is gonna say it, I will. I'm proud of you. And you are doing a good job, mate. Right then. Till next time. Not too bloody shabby. I didn't hate the whole thing, just all that yammering about stories and other foolishness. Chapter 2 was choice goods, though. Lovely chair. And I think I quite like that green bloke.
Good job, Daddy.
Thank you, baby.
Ace of